Hi everyone. So most of you have heard by now that I gave a presentation at a business breakfast this morning, and of course I'm quite stoked because this means I must be doing the right things in my business. So I really wanted to just share with you a little bit about what I presented on this morning and what I really felt touched the people the most. Obviously I'm not going to give you my entire presentation, but for me what it boiled down to was when I talked about the difference between inspiration and motivation. And when you're pursuing a goal, whether you're in the job market or whether you're in the business world and you're in business for yourself and you've got to get new clients, you've got to analyze whether you're inspired or whether you're motivated. So let's look at the difference between the two. Motivation is effectively having a reason to do something. So it's very much a carrot and stick approach. If you do this, I'll give you that. So that's motivation. I mean, think about it in sales dynamics. You know, motivation is very prevalent in a sales team. So if you achieve your targets, I'll give you commission. If you go further than that, I'll give you an incentive, and. So motivation, what happens when you're motivated is your belief is centered in the reward. And the challenge with motivation is that very often people are willing to get short-term gains at the risk of long-term choices. And I find that someone who's motivated very often experiences a short-term gain. It's not a long-term thing. So if we contrast that with, I'm just looking at my presentation here on this side, if we contrast that with inspiration, the definition of inspiration is to actually fill someone with the urge to do something or to feel something. So can you see how it sits here? It's a different dynamic entirely. So all of a sudden there isn't this carrot dangling over here and you're grabbing for the carrot. It's something that comes from your core because you are suddenly filled with an urge to do something. Very different approach. You'll find that the characteristics of inspirational people are that they believe very strongly in themselves and they believe very strongly in others. So their belief is not centered in the reward. It's actually centered in people and people development. And what that inspires is, yes, that was meant to be a pun, what that creates is long-term loyalty. So if you are an inspirational person and if you inspire other people, you create loyalty. It's a spin-off. It happens. So let's have a very quick look at some business case studies because I thought this is really interesting to show up the difference between them. If you look from a business perspective at life insurance is a very transactional experience. You're going to buy it once and you're never going to buy it again. It's not something you buy every month for the rest of your life. So I don't think we need loyalty entirely. It's transactional. Do I buy this product or do I buy that product? Because once I've bought the product, I've bought the product. So what life insurance does is it uses motivation or it uses fear to motivate you into buying. So in that case, if you've got a transactional business or a transactional goal, motivation is absolutely the perfect way to go. However, from my perspective, I want to create a loyal customer base. I don't want to coach you today and have you move on and never hear from you or see you again. I want to be able to coach you again and again and again every time you have a career transition in your life. But I also want to get involved in your family. I want to coach your mother, your brother, your sister, your children. And I really want to create this long-term loyalty. So for me, it's about being inspirational as opposed to being motivated. So I'll leave you with that thought for today. I hope I've inspired you. My name is Chantel Buerta. I'm a recruitment strategist and coach. You can reach out to me on 083 476 4265.